Good afternoon, ABL fans. We're coming to you live from Changhua County Stadium right here in Taiwan for another Formosa weekend. Two games, back-to-back games for the Formosa Dreamers, and they are going to kick things off against our defending champions here, the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. Formosa fans flocking the venue right now, but let's turn it over to our Coliseum announcer for the team presentations and the pre-game activities.
Number 1, 1号 China Led. Number 2, 2号 Max Danny. Number 3, 3号 Linky. Number 4, 4号 Ryan Moss. Number 13, 30号 Christine Steve Hollinger. Number 54, 教练教练 Head Coach Coach Lando. Assistant Coach Coach Bobo. Coach Fernando. I got it.
来梦想家影片。
好的，待会呢，即将介绍第一组的选手们。接下来我们最后的掌声欢迎我们本场starting five先发 number 7小音速小子梁建佑 ，number 5 5号玉面刺客陈玉翰 ，number 6 6号篮球武士 Ronnie Angela，number 6 6号微笑刺客卡梅罗凤德，以及44号44篮球绅士贝川。 总教练许浩成，从常州握手之意，本场比赛即将开始。You will bring out the stars fight meeting.
All right, both teams at the playing card already, at midcourt rather, for their pre-game handshake. Again, Formosa Dreamers at 1-14 on a 12-game losing streak right now against the 11-2 Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. That is our visiting squad for this afternoon's game. My name is Marco Navier with Marco Benitez. As we take a look at now our updated team standings, Marco. Again, literally they're on opposite ends of our team standings right now.
That is correct, Martin. And the Formosa Dreamers will literally try to be the party spoilers here for the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team, as they are looking to secure at least one of those top 2 spots, preferably the #1 seeding by the end of the regular season come end of March. Hong Kong right now at 11-2, they're being followed closely by the Chongson Kung Fu Basketball Club at 9-3. San Miguel Ara Pilipinas at 11-4. Mono Vampires also with 5 losses, so bringing up the 4th spot. But as you mentioned in previous coverages, Hong Kong and Chongson will still be playing each other, I believe, 2 more times or 3 more times. So one of those 2 teams will end up with about at least 2 more losses on their slate coming into the end of the regular season. But we take a look at the previous outing here, 99-79 in favor of Hong Kong. They dominated as well in terms of the rebounding figures in that matchup, and we saw Hong Kong really flex their muscles, especially in the second half of that game. They outscored Formosa on the break. They also outshot them in terms of three-point shooting. That was played in Southern Stadium at the Hong Kong's home court.
The Formosa Dreamers were actually within striking distance at halftime, only trailing by 10 points. But after a big third quarter, like you mentioned, Marco, by Hong Kong, that pretty much did it for the game. And a 20-point win for Hong Kong Eastern. And let's take a look at their previous games here. For Hong Kong, they got a statement win against the number 2 team, Chongsun Kung Fu Basketball Club, 88-76. On the other side, Formosa Dreamers visited the Philippines for the first time and lost against San Miguel Ala Pilipinas 117-93.
Well, San Miguel Ala Pilipinas outscored them 28-19 in the first quarter. Also outran them on the break 18-1 in the first half. On fast break points, it ended up 25-11 on fast break points, dominated by San Miguel Ala Pilipinas. So the key here for the Dreamers is to be able to start this game strong with a lot of intensity. This is going to be the first time that Hong Kong Eastern will play them with their new world import, Cameron Forte, who is playing on his third game only. Had a big outing against San Miguel Ala Pilipinas, 29 points, 21 rebounds. Complemented Ronnie Aguilar, who had 20 and 11. But they're going to need a lot more, especially from their local support. Woo Sung Wei, Chen Yuhan will really have to step up.
And the X factor for Hong Kong this year is one of their heritage imports, Christian Stan Hardinger, the Filipino-German, put up 23 points and 13 rebounds in that marquee matchup against Chongsun and was pretty much schooling Kailan Chongsun all night. Now on the other side, like you mentioned, Marco, against San Miguel Ala Pilipinas, their newest pickup, Cameron Forte, for the Formosa Dreamers, scored a 20-20 game, 29 points and 23 rebounds.
And as you will see, Cameron Forte likes to play inside the paint, does not really take a lot of long shots. So he and Ronnie Aguilar, who both like to play inside, will have to learn to coexist effectively here, together with the rest of the perimeter players of the Dreamers. They also have to be able to stay out of foul trouble. As we know, Hong Kong Eastern will really be aggressive going to the paint with the likes of Christian Stan Hardinger, Randy Moss, and of course their backup players in Woo Shuk Pan and
yes, a lot of the supporting cast here. Tang Chi Hang, the 4 off the bench for Coach Edu Torres. So take a look at the matchup here. Ronnie Aguilar against Ryan Moss. Remember, Marco, in their previous matchup, Ronnie Aguilar actually had a difficult time against Ryan Moss down low, had a difficulty even backing down on the big body of Ryan Moss. So he is hoping that he can adjust in this particular game and get to his usual numbers against Hong Kong.
Well, what Ryan Moss did in that game was really stay low, get a low base against the 7'2" Ronnie Aguilar. Really tried to push him out of that comfort zone. He was able to stay away from foul trouble. Was actually the player of the game in that outing, if I'm not mistaken. 15 points, 15 rebounds for Ryan Moss. And as has been the theme all season, as long as Ryan Moss can stay out of foul trouble, it has bode well for Hong Kong Eastern basketball because their front line has been complete. He and Stan Hardinger really pose a dynamic duo, so to speak, in terms of rebounding, scoring inside the paint.
And this is the starting lineup now for the Formosa Dreamers. Yang Ken Neo starting at point guard alongside Chen Yuhan, Cameron Forte, and Charles Barrett making his first start of the season. Usually is one of the guys off the bench for Coach Su Hao Cheng. And of course, Ronnie Aguilar at the center spot. There are referees. Peter Pomsida from Thailand, Lim Wee Chun from Malaysia, and Chong Chi Kyung Allen from Singapore.
So Charles Barrett Martin has only played a few minutes. He's only averaging about 5 minutes per game, but in the times that he has been put in, he has shown us the ability to score, shoot from the outside, able to penetrate. But against Hong Kong Eastern, we know with their daunted 1-2-2 full court pressure, the Dreamers are really going to have to minimize their turnovers. They're going to have to break that press effectively, and they're going to have to get their fair share of rebounds with Ronnie Aguilar and Cameron Forte. And finally, they're going to have to play great defense against this tandem of Marcus Elliott and Tyler Lamb, probably two of the best scoring guards we have here in the Asean Basketball League.
For the Formosa Dreamers, they're going to be a bit short-handed with their local players, Cho Chu Hua and Lee Ping Hong. 2 matchups against Hong Kong this season. They're hoping they can, do that for the 3rd time
But in their first matchup back in December, it was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was tied at 25. And then Hong Kong started to press, so they outscored the Dreamers 75-39 in the second and third quarter combined. So you just see how potent this Hong Kong team is, and you just see that Formosa cannot afford to let go of the gas pedal. They always have to be aggressive. They always have to have that sense of urgency against the defending champs.
Cameron Forte now, guarded by Ryan Moss. They go to Aguilar from the free throw line. Off the glass, nothing there. Foul called against Marcus Elliott. So the first personal very early here against our reigning world import MVP, Marcus Elliott.
Referees calling it tightly to start this ball game out.
Coach Suao Cheng obviously experimenting with his lineup today, inserting Charles Barrett at the 3.
So 2 quick fouls on the guards of Hong Kong. I believe this one is going to go against Tyler Lamb.
So 1 foul on Elliott, 1 foul on Tyler Lamb. With less than a minute gone here, and Cameron Forte escapes and puts it in.
That's a nice baseline inbounds play there. It was a Chen Yuhan who set the screen for Cameron Forte. So a small to big screen did not allow Hong Kong to switch. Easy 3 points for Cameron Forte.
Lee Ki goes to Tyler Lamb, guarded by Barrett. Pick and roll action. Stan Hardinger kicks it out. Marcus Elliott at the corner. 6 seconds to shoot for Hong Kong. They feed it to Christian. Stan Hardinger out of control. Aguilar almost able to put it in, but Aguilar called for the foul.
Christian Stan Hardinger drawing the first foul on Ronnie Aguilar. It's a broken play there, but Stan Hardinger, good hands and all, able to salvage that situation.
Hong Kong gets the first person, 7-2, Ronnie Aguilar.
One of the things that is underrated with Christian Stan Hardinger, everybody talks about his hustle, his grit, his ability to shoot from the outside, but one of the things that's underrated is the quality of his hands, ability to make the most of every opportunity, great ball handling, ability to catch those interior passes.
High basketball IQ.
Yeah, and also the ability to deflect passes with the interior.
For a 6'8" big man to move like that, it's always going to be an advantage for your team. Forte, spin, gets it in plus the foul. Cameron Forte, very active here.
Showing us his athleticism, lost the ball in midair, able to recover and put it in.
Cameron Forte likes to play inside, not much of a threat from the outside, but can take you off the dribble and do those things to you.
And that foul was going to be called against Christian Stan Hardinger. So that's his first personal. So the big 3 of Hong Kong picking up early fouls here.
Lee Ki, back to Elliott, back to Lee Ki, corner 3. Knocks it down, Lee Ki, first triple of the game.
That's a good sign there for Coach Edu Torres. Lee Ki has not really gotten into good starts in previous meetings.
They go to Aguilar. 2 points is there for Ronnie Aguilar.
That's definitely something that they can go to on a consistent basis. And a right-handed hook shot by Aguilar against a smaller Ryan Moss.
6-4 for the Dreamers. Tyler Lamb missing from the outside. Forte with the board. Dreamers a chance to extend this lead further. Forte working his way inside, and another hook goes for Cameron Forte.
There you see 2 big men of the Dreamers, really excellent post players, using that hook shot to the full extent.
And how about the start here for the Formosa Dreamers, forcing a turnover against Hong Kong. They lead it by 4. 7:23 to go in our opening period.
What you like about the start of the Dreamers here is everything pretty much has gone inside the paint. They're not shooting those outside shots as of yet. Really focusing on being aggressive on the interior.
You have 2 legitimate threats from the inside. Talking about Cameron Forte and Ronnie Aguilar.
And they're actually taking turns attacking the paint.
Yang Tianyo Does it hit the rim? Lam. Great matchup against Barrett here. Lam. Having difficulty against Barrett. Kicks it out. Stan Hardinger moves closer. Doesn't get the jumper to go. Moss with the offensive board, but does not get the putback.
Another good stop here for the Dreamers. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Kenyo, too strong. Moss with another board. 8-4, 6.5 minutes remaining. Elliott from straight away. Too strong. Aguilar gets the rebound.
Because of the interior defense of the Dreamers, Hong Kong has been forced to shoot those outside shots. And they have not been successful early on.
We go to Barrett here. 9 seconds to shoot. Stan Hardinger against Cameron Forte. Back to Forte. Forte with a jam.
Showing us that explosiveness. Quick left-handed dunk as he beat Ryan Moss off the dribble.
10-4 now, a 6-point lead built by the Dreamers and quickly answered by Tyler Lam.
You get the sense that both Tyler Lam and Marcus Elliott will start to be aggressive here. Wouldn't be surprised if Hong Kong employs that full court pressure on their next couple of possessions. Just to give Formosa a change of pace.
A quick change here of personnel for Coach Suao Cheng. Luo Jin Shen, former player of the Kaohsiung Truth, played with the Truth last year in season 7. Stan Hardinger inside. Moss doesn't get the putback to go. Stan Hardinger working hard. Gets the follow there.
That's what happens when you allow the big men of Hong Kong to really get good inside position. Both Ryan Moss and Stan Hardinger are excellent grabbing those offensive rebounds. Counter steal here.
Moves away. Too strong on the 3. Moss secures the board. Gets it to Elliott. Marcus running with the ball. Elliott high off the glass. Stan Hardinger right there for the putback.
That time Marcus had a thing really taking it hard against Ronnie Aguilar, forcing him to commit. Easy putback for Christian Stan Hardinger.
6 straight points for Hong Kong to tie the game at 10. Chen Yuhan. Nothing from the outside. Elliott with a board. Go ahead, pass to Lam. That was a dangerous pass. Woo Seung-Hui was right there in front of Tyler Lam.
And Hong Kong now with a heightened sense of urgency after that flat start from them. And one of the teams that can really score in bunches. Game is already tied at 10 points.
Time out here. Formosa Dreamers, your Asean basketball league. We'll be right back.
9、8、7、6、5、4、30。
好，大家给我点掌声，我不知道规定怎么。
20。
好，谢谢大家。待会把那个小球的下来找我们工作人员，我们将邀请你们第2节结束的中场游戏。再次谢谢。
9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。
Welcome back to Changhua County Stadium, and halfway done here in our first quarter. We are tied at 10. Formosa Dreamers had a great start, 10-4, but Hong Kong Eastern countering right back with a 6-0 run to tie the game.
Doing it by trying to increase the pace, trying to get points in transition. Marcus Elliott has consciously forwarded that pass, and Tyler Lamb already starting to hum here in the first quarter. 5 points in the game for Tyler Lamb.
Laps on defense there by the Formosa Dreamers, leaving Lamb wide open. Changhua from the corner, in and out. And Elliott with the rebound. Marcus Elliott now pushing for Hong Kong. Change of pace, he goes to Lamb. Lamb with a one-handed jam.
One of the few times you've seen Tyler Lamb really slam it home. That time, baseline wide open. Another assist here for Marcus Elliott.
Now the timeout, a 5-0 personal run by Tyler Lamb. Back-to-back baskets for Hong Kong, and Christian Standhardinger will be called for the personal foul.
That's going to be second personal foul. Not really a wise foul there, as we see this assist and a flush. Tyler Lamb.
Marco, we rarely see Tyler Lamb really go up there and go for the slam. Luo goes to Forte. Forte puts it in.
Standhardinger just trying to draw the charge. Another strong attack there from Cameron Forte.
Elliott gets fouled on the attack. That will be against Lee Cha-ching. Cameron Forte again. This was the basket earlier. And push. Christian Standhardinger to free himself up. Getting the hoop underneath.
Forte already with 8. Only 10 points in this first quarter. Tony Aguilar on the bench right now. And looks like Coach Su Hao Chen will also be sending in Heritage Import Kenny Chen, who has not seen a lot of action.
Barely had playing time since getting picked up by the Formosa Dreamers. So, with a shortage of guards for Formosa, his number is going to be called this afternoon. Kenny Chen in for Coach Su Hao Chen. Luo, back to Forte. Oh, nice pass. Lee Cha-ching though, blows the layup.
Tyler Lamb able to get a piece of that.
Lamb for 3. Short Woo Sung Wei gets the board. Woo. Back to Lee Cha-ching. Send it outside. Luo Jing-shen takes it in. Long floater does not go. Forte right there to clean it up.
You love the aggressiveness from Cameron Forte at the right place at the right time.
12 out of 14 points of the Formosa Dreamers from Cameron Forte. And a foul inside as Marcus Elliott heads to the line for 2 shots.
Really being very deliberate and very aggressive here as we head to the close of the first quarter. There you see that putback from Cameron Forte. Forte already with 12 points.
Marcus Elliott to the free throw line again. Second trip. Got his first 2 points trip earlier. Almost averaging a triple-double this season. That's a change we've been seeing from Marcus Elliott this year. Last year, he was more of an offensive player, a scorer for Hong Kong Eastern. Now he's showing us that he can also, be a triple-double threat.
That's correct.
In the league.
Actually, during the past few games, he has really upped his scoring average as well. Now up to 21.4 points per game, 9.5 rebounds, and 9.2 assists. This is an amazing stat line here for Marcus Elliott.
It's Russell Westbrook-like numbers.
For the reigning World Import MVP.
Luo goes to Forte. Back to Aguilar from the free throw line. Short jumper is good.
And despite the challenge coming from Tyler Lamb, Aguilar with a smooth stroke from 15 feet.
So Formosa doing a great job in keeping in step against the defending champ, 16-19. Moss with a running hook, Lam with a rebound, and another chance here to set up for Hong Kong. Lam the spin against Woo Sung Wei. Lam with a floater. Doesn't go. almost getting his own miss.
Tyler Lam almost with another repossession there.
16-19.
If you take a look at the lineup here of the Dreamers, it's a completely new backcourt, with the exception of Woo Sung Wei.
Aguilar, back-to-back jumpers.
Smooth stroke there from Ronnie Aguilar. So if they can learn to coexist like this, it's going to bode well here for the Dreamers in their last 4 or 5 games of the season.
Here's Forte, Fred Markle. Element of surprise with the Formosa Dreamers as Forte continues to attack. 14 points now for Cameron Forte.
And they're able to get the lead back once again. Ryan Moss getting lost in the rotation there.
Dreamers back on top by Ron Lu. Jin Shen with a steal and the lay-in.
Repaying the trust that the coach is giving him. Great job there playing the passing lanes.
We saw that last year, Marco, when he was playing for the Housing Truth.
One of the grittiest guards of that team.
Oh, but Lam, what a cold counter by Tyler Lam.
You have to recognize Tyler Lam's range almost extends all the way to the half-court line.
22 all here, 20 seconds left. Forte attacks, goes to Luo. The floater, Luo doesn't connect. Lee keep pushing, 12 seconds left. Now the first quarter. He lobs it to Moss, play broken up. Touch on Woo Sung Wei.
Nice idea there by Lee Key. Pass was just a little to the right. Would have been easy 2 points for Ryan Moss.
About 8 seconds left here. Lam to inbound. Goes to Elliott. Oh, set it up. Elliott against Kenny Chen. Marcus serving the floor. 1 second left. And they could not get a shot off after the first. It is a tight one, folks. 22 all between the Formosa Dreamers and the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. We are here inside Changhua County Stadium. When we return, we're going to give you second quarter action of this game. You guys are watching Asean Basketball League.
球队的大旗，我们待会要来培养彼此的默契，就有如今天一样，大家精彩表现。在开春的时候，本身能够拿下本场比赛胜利，随着我们集体梦想，漂亮的感觉。来一下波浪舞，大约经过你前面之后，起立坐下 ，OK， 哪边我们就把礼物送给他，准备好了，来。
We resume our coverage here in the Asean Basketball League after the first quarter. They're tied at 22 for most Dreamers. and the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team in a tight one. And for the Formosa Dreamers, it's been the Cameron Forte show. Marco, perfect from the field in the first, 7 out of 7 for 14 points. On the other side, Tyler Lam leading the way with 10 points for Hong Kong Eastern.
What you like about Cameron Forte does not settle for outside shots, really being very aggressive, taking it strong inside the paint against Ryan Moss and Stan Hardinger. So giving them a different look from what they had with Lenny Daniel.
Elliott gets the floater to go. Again, like what we mentioned, this is a new lineup relatively for the Formosa Dreamers. Earlier they had Luo Jin Shen at point guard. And 2 guards, Woo Sung Wei, Kenny Chien also on the floor. Cameron Forte, 16 points now for the man. Oh, but they leave Ryan Moss open.
That's going to be a goaltending violation there. Another forward pass from Marcus Elliott for Ryan Moss, who was streaking downhill, able to beat Ronnie Aguilar in transition. That's what you like about Ryan Moss. So works hard on every possession.
After just a few seconds on the floor, or on the bench rather, Luo Jin Shen back for the Formosa Dreamers here. As Forte gets the whistle on Tan Chi Han.
Very little Tan Chi Han could do against a driving Cameron Forte, especially going to his strong side. Tan Chi Han might want to consider forcing him to the right side. He is really a strong finisher on the left.
6'7" against 6'3" there. Forte does not connect on the free throw. 25-26. Lam, pull-up jumper, in and out. Aguilar with the rebound. Out that pass to Forte. Nice catch by Forte there. All the way to the hoop.
Showing us the ball handling skills, able to elude both Marcus Elliott and Tyler Lam in transition.
19 now for Cameron Forte. Elliott, oh, miscommunication with Lao Tzi Lai. Turnover for Hong Kong.
And the pressure being put up on defense by Luo Jin Shen and Kenny Chen has really given this Dreamer squad a different look.
And they leave Woo Sung Wei wide open, and he makes them pay, knocks down the 3.
And Woo Sung Wei, who shoots it at about 56% from downtown.
Very high clip, and Forte gets the steal here against Tan Chi Han. Forte puts it up, nothing there.
That's excellent defense there coming from Tan Chi Han.
Lam with a counter, knocks it down. Nothing but net for Tyler Lam.
That's a 5-point swing. Miss on one side, counter 3 by Tyler Lam on the other.
30-29, Kenny Chen now. Working on Tan Chi Han. Chen puts it up and in.
That is one of the dangers of a team that is no longer playing with any pressure of trying to get into the playoffs. They're just playing a lot loose, allowing their second stringers, their role players, to get some burn, and these guys are just showing what they can do.
They're forced to miss there, but Tan Chi Han able to get the offensive rebound. And that's a good sign also in the previous play for Kenny Chen to get himself going, because that's what he can do. This was the 3-pointer earlier by Woo Sung Wei.
And because these guys did not play against Hong Kong in the previous outing, Coach Edu Torres and the rest of the Hong Kong Eastern were not able to scout the way they play. So catching the Eastern a little bit by surprise here are Luo Jin Shen and Kenny Chen and Cameron Forte, of course.
So a quick substitution here. Aguilar to the bench. Lee Cha Ching back on the floor for Formosa. They swing the ball around. Adam Su goes to Stan Hardinger from the free throw line. Short. Foul inside.
And it looks like it's going to go against Lee Cha Ching, who is matched up against Woo Shuk Pan. So Coach Edu Torres allowing his second stringers out of playing time here in the first half.
Ushuk Pan, Christian Stan-Hardinger, Tyler Lam, Adam Su, and Lau Chi Lai, 5 on the floor for Hong Kong as Stan-Hardinger. Great inbound play for Hong Kong. Stan-Hardinger able to score. They go to Forte again. Back outside. Wu Sung Wei buries the 3.
That's a quick release there from Wu Sung Wei. Give credit to Cameron Forte for knowing where his teammate was and recognizing who his shooter was.
Second 3-point bomb for Wu Sung Wei. But a quick foul on the other side. So 2 straight fouls on Lee Cha-ching. This time fouling Christian Stan-Hardinger. This was a play earlier. Nice kick out by Cameron Forte to Wu Sung Wei from the right wing.
Hong Kong right now has changed their mode of attack right now, posting up Christian Stan-Hardinger against Cameron Forte. So one of the ways to get Cameron Forte to put a lot of effort, or to lose a lot of effort on offense, is to make him play good defense against Stan-Hardinger.
Christian Stan-Hardinger to the line. Gives him the free throw, but they get the ball back. This Christian again on the attack, drops it off to Lam, and a turnover for Hong Kong.
That's going to be a dribbling violation there against Stan-Hardinger. Not really used to putting the ball on the floor, coming from beyond the 3-point arc. Here's that the 1-2-2 pressure from Hong Kong.
Luo Jin-shen unable to get it across. But the ball will remain with the Formosa Dreamers.
I expect Hong Kong to employ this press from this point onwards, or at least until they can get a good lead.
Wu Sung Wei fires another 3. His first miss from the outside. Lam on the move, goes to Lau Chi Lai, who fakes the 3, takes the shot. Too strong. But they get the ball back here. Fresh 14 for the defending champs. Lam, pull up 3. Stan-Hardinger on the offensive rebound. Stan-Hardinger puts it up and in.
Stan-Hardinger now really going to work here in the second quarter. 9 points already for the Phil German.
Back on the floor. And the pressure here continues for Hong Kong. Luo Jin-shen barely gets it across, but able to put it in.
That's what we mean when we say he's a gritty point guard. Luo Jin-shen taking the contact, the physicality of this Hong Kong press, able to convert.
The Dreamers continue to maintain the lead. 37-34, Wu Shuk Pan. Unable to connect, but a foul was called before the shot.
Hardinger continuing to apply pressure inside the paint. But here's this basket from Luo Jin-shen, off balance, finishing with the right.
Talk about the grip and the aggressiveness of Luo Jin-shen.
And he gets a round of applause as he heads to the bench in favor of Yang Tianyo. Dreamers have a 3-point lead here with about 5.5 remaining in the second quarter. But they're still playing heads-up basketball.
37-34. Luo Jin-shen only played a game this season before he was inserted again to the lineup by Coach Su Ao Cheng this afternoon. I believe that was against Mono Vampire over there in Stadium 29.
Right now he's given a good account of himself. 4 points, 2 assists already. Here's the pressure once again.
Yang Tianyo gets it across. Barrett escapes. Barrett to the hoop. Takes the contact. Unable to connect though.
Might have had an extra pass there for Wu Sung Wei, open on the corner.
Stan-Hardinger takes it strong. No good. Yang Tianyo catches the pass. Gets it to Kenny Chen. He escapes. Oh no! Missing the layup though.
Not able to get a handle on that was Kenny Chen. I'd have actually been surprised he was that open on the break.
Sorry miss there for Kenny Chen. Here's Lam. Tyler. And the backer is good for Tyler Lam.
That was against 3 defenders. Tyler Lam.
Eastern back on top with that basket from Tyler Lamb, 38-37. 4:37 to go here in the first half. Your ABL will be right back.
5秒，9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。30秒。20。8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。
中场拿到刚刚我们丢给现场球迷的小球的球迷朋友，现在来找我们的工作人员，还有来进行中场的维修，送给机球的礼物，麻烦大家感谢。
We go back inside Changhua County Stadium, and a 4-0 run puts Hong Kong back on top by 1 point, 38-37. 4.5 minutes here, or remaining here in the first half. Pressure, full-court press continues for Hong Kong. Kenny Chen goes baseline, drives it on. Barrett loses the ball. Wu Shuk-pan slow it down, gets it to Tyler Lam.
Wisely gets control of that basketball and hands it off to Tyler Lam.
Lau Chi Lai. Foul away from the ball. That's going to be against Charles Barrett, I believe.
Christian Sandhardinger, ever the expert of drawing the contact and picking up the foul. There's a sequence under the basket.
Almost taking Christian Sandhardinger there. Clear foul on Barrett puts Sandhardinger back at the free throw line.
Yeah, this is a veteran move there from Sandhardinger. Making the referees make the call.
Christian Sandhardinger, his first year with Hong Kong, averaging very close to 25 points per game.
Also 12.1 rebounds and 2.5 assists.
Definitely one of the leading candidates for Heritage Court. Kenny Chen, the double pump, it's good! Kenny Chen
making up for that earlier miss on the break, showing us the athleticism.
They swing it around. Marcus Elliott fires. Does not connect. Forte with the rebound. Forte with the ball. Behind the back dribble. Gets it out. Usung Wei. Forte. Too strong.
I was about to say that was a good extra pass there from Yang Tan-yo.
They're broken up. Guess who? Usung Wei getting Chen with the basketball now. They go to the corner. They will slow it down. Lots of time to set up a play here for the Dreamers. Kenny Chen takes it in. Able to penetrate the defense there. Drawing a foul on Wu Shuk-pan.
You like the aggressiveness here of Kenny Chen playing with nothing to lose.
Yep.
Just sticking into the heart of the defense. There's that foul from Wu Shuk-pan. Would have been a 3-point play if he had made the layup. But still a good effort.
And Kenny Chen making the most out of his playing time here. 4 points. 2 out of 3 from the field. And that gives Coach Su Ao-cheng another player that can create off the dribble.
Meanwhile, for Hong Kong, you get the sense Coach Edu Torres is just pacing his starting 5. He has not inserted that complete starting 5 since the first quarter. He has alternately used Tyler Lamb with Marcus Elliott. Now Sandhardinger in, Ryan Moss out.
So we're back to where we started. Still tied at 40. Wushu back inside, rejected by Forte. Yang Tianyo to Barrett. Double team, play broken up by Adam Su. Forte recovers. That's a foul.
And Hong Kong, for Hong Kong, that's going to be the third personal foul. Here's that pass to Wushu Pan, but the timing on the block there from Cameron Forte. Stellar basketball here. 19 points already for Forte, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, add a block and a steal to his stat line.
Marco also shooting 100% from the field, 9 out of 9 from the floor. Cameron Forte.
Stellar play. Ronnie Aguilar has only played 11 minutes in this game.
Oh, a hard screen set up by Barrett.
That's going to be an offensive foul on Yang Tianyo.
Dreamers could not capitalize on that possession, and Ronnie Aguilar checks back in for Charles Barrett. Marcus Elliott also coming in for Adam Su. So Coach Edu Torres back to his starting 5 here. And Kenny Chen also taking a rest. Chen Yuhan enters the floor for the Formosa Dreamers. 2:36 remaining here in the first half.
And as we talked about it, starting 5 of Hong Kong now back on the floor to close out this first half. So expect a strong finish here for the Eastern.
Vicky having difficulty inside. Pass stolen. Here's Forte on the move. Chen Yuhan recovers. They go to Aguilar. Back to Chen Yuhan on the cut, and he lays it in.
How about the bullet pass from Ronnie Aguilar in close distance?
Dreamers back on top by 2. But a foul there on Yang Tianyo as he tried to defend Marcus Elliott.
I expect Marcus Elliott now to be really more aggressive and take the ball into the heart of the defense to try to make plays for himself or his teammates.
Marcus Elliott only 6 points here in the first half, shooting 1 out of 5 from the field. And he does have 3 rebounds and 4 assists.
And he's also gone to the line 5 times already, so there you get an idea of how aggressive he has been here.
Marcus 2 out of 2 to tie this game up. Yang Tianyo. They need to get it across. Woo Sung-wei. Aguilar in the middle. Aguilar doesn't make the shot. Woo Sung-wei fires the 3. But they get the offensive rebound. That's the advantage you have when you both have Cameron Forte and are on the floor. Breakaway jam. Two-handed slam for Cameron Forte.
And that's what happens when you attack the defense by becoming aggressive. Easy dump down pass, easy flush from Cameron Forte.
Dreamers on top by 2, 44-42. Nice drop off here by Yang Tianyo to the wide open Cameron Forte for the two-handed flush. 44-42, a minute and a half minutes remaining here in the first half.
They're going to play zone. That's what they did before. Then, split. We got 4 small guys. You set ball screens to everybody. Is it clear that we play man-to-man? Is it clear? Yeah? All right?
You want head or fist if they play zone?
No, you play head by the middle. He's going to set the pick. You set the pick to his man, but they changed to zone before. What I'm saying is that you can split and pass. All right, let's go. 2, 3.
44-42. The Formosa Dreamers with the 2-point lead. A minute and 31 seconds left here in the first half, and they are playing the #1 team in the league.
And they're playing inspired basketball. They've been aggressive all throughout this first half, and it has shown in the numbers. You see the points in the paint, 34-14 advantage by the Dreamers. This just goes to show you that they have what it takes to be competitive here. As long as they execute, they stick to their game plan by becoming aggressive. They have quality in their shot selection. They've not settled for those outside shots. They've taken those outside shots off the kick-outs or in transition. Those have been quality outside shots for them. Not making any bad decisions on both offense and defense. So you see how competitive they can be here. But Marcus Elliott with the putback there.
Switching hands in midair. Tied again at 44.
Coach Edu Torres is not pleased at all with the way his wards have played this first half.
Forte now working on Lam. Back outside to Yang. Yang penetrates. Bothered by the defense there. Elliott with a steal. All alone, Marcus Elliott for the lay-in.
Quick 4 points now for Hong Kong. So immediate timeout for the Dreamers.
They're down by 2 points. 46-44, 48 seconds remaining here in the first half. Their ABL will be right back.
Magic. Magic. Ready. Okay, 进去之后 ，head call， 也 score 3 出。elbow。要在上面做。3 pass it through。 Hand off. No. Go here. Hand off to the 1. If press screen, it's back. Pass the floating. It's going. You can penetration. And the dive. OK. 所以第一个一样这边有2个 up screen。Play 之后，第一个、第二个 OK。防守退后防快一点点，懂吗？回来之后 one man。
Back inside Changhua County Stadium here, and before the timeout, the quickest 4 points for Hong Kong here to take the lead back, 46-44. We have 48.3 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the Formosa Dreamers, they have a chance to finish strong here against the defending champs.
This just goes to show you a couple of possessions where the Dreamers did not keep the gas on the pedal or their foot on the pedal. Hong Kong can immediately attack. Quick 4-point run there by the Eastern, grabs the lead right back.
6-3 against 5-7 in this situation. Marcus Elliott bothering Yang Tian-Yo there, but called for the foul as well.
So timeout here for Hong Kong Eastern.
ABL will return after this.
Adam. We have 1 open. Then 1 out. You play. What's the clock? So the shot must be like 7 to go. Okay? Not 10 because they have a pathway. But you used to play very well before the last game. So that's why I'm saying. Hey, Adam, right here, baseline. Brian, baseline. And then Eli, Ricky, corner. But, hey, let's play good defense, okay? Let's play good defense. Go! That was backboard. It was backboard first. Yeah.
Under a minute left here in our first half, 38.3 seconds to be exact. And Hong Kong Eastern still on top by 2 points, 46-44. A couple of quick timeouts here called by both teams.
New face on the floor as well for the Dreamers. Changhua making his entry. The Dreamers have actually out-assisted Hong Kong 7-4 here in the first half.
Oh no. That's one of the top teams in the league. What a move there by Ronnie Aguilar for the throwdown.
Nice pocket pass there coming from Woo Sung Wei. I think that's going to count as another assist for the Dreamers.
8 points for Aguilar, tied again at 46. 11 seconds remaining in the first half. Chance of defense inside Changhua County Stadium. Taranam goes to Lee Ki. 3 seconds to shoot. Lee Ki forced to take one up. Nothing there.
That's a great stop there for the Dreamers. So a good close to the first half for them. And we're all knotted up at 46 apiece.
After the first, we're also tied 22-all, and after 2 quarters, 46-all between these two teams, the Formosa Dreamers and the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team, in a tight one at the half. When we return, we'll give you guys halftime stats and analysis of this game. You guys are still watching the Asean Basketball League season number 8.
来讲话。
好，上半场结束。那我想今天回到一个主场的一个状况啊。那接下来主场只剩下3场比赛。其实今天在上场其实表现得相当不错。那我想对于香港球队来说，他现在是联盟第1。那接下来下半场教练有什么任何的一个防范的一个措施跟战术吗？
我想第一个在球员的心态上面啊，那每一场比赛当中，开始之前我们都跟球员讲说，你要随时是准备好，不管他是联盟第1名、第2名、第3名。虽然说我们现在战绩不好，但是只要你想要跟这样子的联盟前几名的球队打，你只要打就是会有进步，从当中去吸取最好的养分。我相信我们球队会越来越好的。
对，好，谢谢教练。那接下来我们访问的是所谓这场比赛第一次上场的一个骆俊全了。那我来问问小骆，你在这个赛季其实没有太多一个上场的状况。那其实今天在上半场表现得不错，你自己做了哪些准备？
我其实就是因为上一场其实也有上场，在泰国的时候就是打得不是很好，然后我想说这一场就是教练团在休息室也有跟我们说放轻松，去面对联盟第1的球队，可是不能松懈这样。
对，那我想其实，在上个赛季你有打过高雄圣徒，你算是少数有比赛经验在 ABL 的一个球员。那虽然说赛季快结束了，对明年来说，你还有任何的期许吗？
当然，明年如果有机会的话，还是会想要在 ABL 这个联盟打，因为毕竟这个联盟跟台湾联盟不太一样，因为可以面对到很多不一样的老外，甚至很强的老外，所以我很喜欢这个联盟。
好，谢谢小骆。休息一下，我们进入下半场的比赛。
来，7、6、5、4、3、2、1。
去换泰山 好，都明白哈。来，音乐请准备。好，我叫你转身，用力一点，用力一点，没关系。好，开始，往哪边？好，手的感觉摸一下，手的感觉摸一下。好，7秒，16秒，差一点点，差一点点。来，恭喜各位宝宝，如愿获得泰山的帽子，30，包的梦想家的帽子，各1顶。那这位呢？好了，是我们泰山梦想家海报。对，海报一张，来，我们站在地贴的旁边，来一起合照一下。
9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。
要跟大家报告一下，再次的宣传，我们有无机品的提供。无机品的提供。
Very surprising first half here for both of these teams. Because Formosa Dreamers using their new guys, Kenny Chen, Cameron Forte, to basically surprise this Hong Kong Eastern basketball team, and obviously the fans here inside Changhua County Stadium are very happy with the performance of their team. As we take a look at our halftime stats here, 46 all, and despite the rebounding advantage here for Hong Kong, you know, Formosa Dreamers able to keep in step of the defending champions.
And that is correct, Martin. And I think for me, the primary reason is they've been aggressive going inside the paint. They've outscored Hong Kong Eastern 36-18 in terms of points in the paint. So they've pretty much doubled up the Eastern in points inside. You take a look at the turnovers in favor of the Dreamers, just 4 for them, 9 for Eastern. They've done a good job minimizing their mistakes. Rebounds, as you mentioned, Eastern with the advantage. But that has not really been the case in terms of on the offensive end. Free throws also, you see the aggressiveness of Hong Kong Eastern. That is actually what is keeping them in step with the aggressiveness of the Dreamers. 14 out of 19 from the free throw line for Hong Kong, while for the Dreamers only 2 out of 5, just 5 free throw attempts.
So going into the second half, the mental toughness and composure of this very young Formosa Dreamers team will be tested against the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. Can they keep it up? Can they close out our defending champions, or will Hong Kong, you know, find a way to win this basketball game? That is what we will find out in the second half. Again, you guys are tuned into Asean Basketball League live hits inside Changhua County Stadium here in Taiwan. Our score at the half, 46 all for the Formosa Dreamers, and Hong Kong Eastern. Your ABL will return with second half action of this game.
$1分。30秒。20。8、7、6、5、4、3、2、 1。
Welcome back to our coverage here at halftime again. It's 46-all between Hong Kong Eastern basketball team and the Formosa Dreamers. First game of a back-to-back for the Dreamers. Another weekend of basketball here at home. And we take a look at the highlights here of the first half. It's been the Cameron Forte show for the Formosa Dreamers. A perfect game from the field so far. 21 points. 10 out of 10 from the field to go along with 4 rebounds for Cameron Forte, the standout of the Portland State Vikings. Played NCAA Division I basketball there. On the other side, leading scorer for Hong Kong is that guy, Tyler Lam. 15 points in the first half. This was a jam earlier. We rarely see him get up and slam that baby home. At that time, he really, was aiming for that jam. Ronnie Aguilar, although he had limited minutes on the floor, also contributed, doing damage for the Formosa Dreamers, scoring 8 points. And one of the difference makers as well, Marco, for Formosa was the entrance of Luo Jinshin. Only his second game this season, but changing the complexion right away of this game.
Played just 7.5 minutes. Just 1 of 4 from the field. 2 assists. Wasn't Lu Jinshin, but very aggressive and really played heads-up basketball. Was able to get inside the paint. You saw that the off-balance floater there. Jinshin also had a good outing coming off the bench. Had 5 points for the Dreamers. Dreamers really playing the spoiler's role to the hilt so far here in the first half. But as you mentioned, Martin, it's going to be a big test of character and mental toughness for them to play heads-up basketball for an entire 40 minutes, especially against the defending champs who are out early here from the halftime break, trying to warm up once again and get a good shoot-around going. Because they came out flat in that first half.
If you're the Formosa Dreamers, you should expect that Hong Kong will be doing something with Cameron Forte, getting 21 points at the half. You gotta get somebody else going aside from Cameron Forte going into the second half.
Coach
Torres, one of the best at making halftime adjustments in Asian basketball. You should expect Hong Kong to come out with a better sense of urgency, put more pressure on the defense, play with a lot more intensity, and be more aggressive inside the paint.
Third quarter action when we return here inside the Changhua County Stadium, your Asean Basketball League. We'll be right back.
30秒。20。9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。
Moments away from the start of this second half, we are back inside Changhua County Stadium as we resume our coverage of the Asean Basketball League. This is the game again between the Formosa Dreamers and Hong Kong Eastern Basketball Team, the #1 and the #9 team in the league, battling it out in a tight one as well, tied at 46 going into the second half. Martin Javier with Marco Benitez. And Marco, if you're the Formosa Dreamers, you got to be ready for the second half mode of this Hong Kong team, because in their previous meeting, third quarter was actually the biggest quarter of that game. Hong Kong outscored Formosa 27-17 in that quarter.
That's correct, Martin. And so they have to start out aggressive. Good stop here to start out the third quarter. Formosa Dreamers not playing like a numbers 9 seed, as they have kept in step all the way for the first 20 minutes of this game.
And they've been having their way inside, again outscoring the Hong Kong Eastern Basketball Team 36-18 inside the painted area.
I'd like for the Dreamers to really continue attacking inside the paint, as we see this nice block coming from Ryan Moss on the help defense.
Ryan Moss was quiet in the second half. 2 points, 1 out of 5 from the field. He got his second rejection of the game there against Yang Tian-Nyo. And the ball will go back here to Hong Kong. Marcus Chavia, guarded by Chen Yuhan. They go to Christian Stan Hardinger. Back outside to Lee Ki. Lee Ki goes to the paint. Lee Ki, wild shot.
What is
Escapes for the layup.
Quick stop, translating into a pair of fast break points there for the Dreamers.
Down the lane, flips it up and in.
Nice play there, set up by that screen by Stan Hardinger against Charles Barrett. Defense did not really help out, as Barrett was not able to recover.
Both teams trading baskets to begin the second half. Oh, an easy steal there for Stan Hardinger. Almost a counter steal as well for Darius Forte. The ball will remain with Hong Kong. A lot of contact there.
Heads up play by Ronnie Aguilar. Quick outlet pass to Chen Yuhan.
Lee Ki open for a moment there. Decided not to shoot. Tyler Lam now against Barrett. Lam on the move behind the back pass to Moss. Off the glass, nothing there. Aguilar with the rebound.
Was good behind the back pass. Ryan Moss just not able to connect. Good recovery as well from Cameron Forte.
Yang Tian-Nyo working on Lee Ki. Goes to the corner. The pass to Aguilar. Could not get a handle off the ball. Lam, the pull-up three. Tyler Lam knocks it down.
That's just extreme confidence there on the part of Tyler Lam. Pull-up three in transition. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
And 18 points now for Tyler Lam. Cameron Forte loses the ball. Back-to-back turnovers for the Dreamers. Lee Ki on the spin. Gets the whistle on Yang Tian-Nyo.
And Lee Ki showing us the ball handling wizard there. Fouled in transition. There he is eluding Yang Tian-Nyo and Chen Yuhan. The foul called on Yang Tian-Nyo.
Usually the 3-and-D guy for Hong Kong.
Referee giving them a baseline inbounds. I thought that was a layup attempt by Lee Ki. He wasn't going anywhere else.
And on the inbound, Formosa caught sleeping there. A strange call there, referee. They give up the non-shooting foul. And then off the inbound, Hong Kong taking advantage.
It's that confusion. Hong Kong made the quick inbound and Marcus Elliott, the beneficiary, heads to the line for another pair of free throws. That is going to be free throw number 7 and 8.
Hit the free throw line a lot. Today only 3 out of 7 from the field. Like I mentioned, now 7 out of 7 from the line.
So Coach Su Hao Chen immediately replaces Yang Tian-Yo with Luo Jun-Shin, who's played great basketball so far.
Here's Luo, jersey number 14.
Second game for the Dreamers this season.
Oh, pressured by Elliott and Stan Hardinger. They get the steal. Elliott with contact there over Aguilar gets the hoop. Straight to a timeout here by the Formosa Dreamers.
This is what we talked about. You cannot afford to relax. You cannot afford to be content with the way you played in the first half, because Hong Kong will turn it on.
6、5、4、3、2、1，1分。8、7、6、5、4、
继续的帮我们高德棒厂家加油了！1。我们再来喊一下我们的口号，我说。
By Hong Kong Eastern, and not a great start to the second half for the Formosa Dreamers. 3 turnovers, causing them to give up 9 points to Hong Kong, and Hong Kong able to take the 7-point lead now, 55-48.
Quick 9-2 run to start of the third quarter. Hong Kong now with 13 turnover points compared to 8 for the Dreamers. Hopefully the Dreamers, after that timeout, can come up with a much better offensive possession here.
Luo Jin-Shen fires the 3 off the mark. Hong Kong on the move. Elliott, pocket pass to Lam, knocks down the 3.
And Lam already with 23 big points here as Coach Edu Torres continues to tell his wards to push the pace. Now a double-digit advantage.
Another steal for Hong Kong. Lam with a miss. Elliott on the follow.
I don't know if that was an assist or a miss there by Tyler Lam, but the lead is up to 12 points already after a 46-46 score at the break.
5 straight points off the timeout for Hong Kong. Forte breaks the run. That way in.
The first time that the Dreamers have gone to the post in the third quarter, they have been successful immediately. They have to stick to what made them successful in the first half.
Niki missing on the corner 3. Here's Forte again. Forte putting on the moves against Ryan Moss. Back-to-back hits for Cameron Forte.
Strong move to the left there by Cameron Forte. That lefty hook shot has been unstoppable so far.
Stan Hardinger, he is down to wait. Lee Ki takes the contact, foul called on Luo Jin-Shen, and Lee Ki will head to the line for 2 shots.
That's just a veteran move there on the part of Lee Ki, stopping on a dime, drawing the contact as he went up for the jump shot. So he's going to head to the line for 2 free throws.
Usung Wei also enters the game, replacing Charles Barrett. He was quiet in the first half, only 3 points. That lone 3-pointer he was able to make.
that free throw, only his 4th point of the game. Expect Hong Kong to press after this free throw.
52-62. Back to a double-digit advantage here for the defending champions. Approaching 5.5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Almost throw that ball away. Luo Jinshen working on Elliott. 7 seconds to shoot. Nice cut. A sorry miss again for Chen Yuhan.
That was a good escape job there on the part of Chen Yuhan, but just not ready for the pass.
Elliott attacking Luo Jinshen. Drops it off. Ryan Moss with a finish.
That is Marcus Elliott at his best, drawing the defense and giving up assist number 6 to Ryan Moss.
12-point lead. Forte tries to answer. First miss off the game for Cameron Forte. Stan Hardinger doesn't make the shot. Forte with the rebound.
I see the Dreamers side goes to Ronnie Aguilar, and they have not gone into here in the 3rd quarter.
It's been Forte. Been working here for the Formosa Dreamers. He gets the foul there on Christian Stan Hardinger. Also, I believe the 2nd team foul on Hong Kong.
There's going to be a baseline inbound there for the Dreamers as Yang Tan-yo checks back in for Luo Jinshen.
Hong Kong has outscored the Dreamers here 18-7 the 3rd quarter, or 18-6. Yang back to Wu. They go to Aguilar. Aguilar denied by Ryan Moss.
That's going to be a foul, looks like, on Ryan Moss. But you see what the Dreamers did not do for the first half of the 3rd quarter, which they did on that possession, was to go to Ronnie Aguilar, and immediately it bears fruit as Aguilar troops to the free throw line.
Just the play earlier. And that's right after you mentioned it, Marco. Then 36-18 advantage in the painted area in the first half.
And a lot of those were because of Ronnie Aguilar and Cameron Forte attacking the paint. So that is part of the experience and the maturity that the Dreamers have to learn.
2 out of 2 for Aguilar. Hong Kong back on top by 10. Lee King trying to drop it off to Moss. Stolen by Kenny Chen. Chen, the forward pass to Wu Sung-wei. Nice fake. Unable to hit. Aguilar right there. Denied by Moss. Double team now in the paint. And a jump ball called.
Nice heads-up defense there by Ryan Moss and Marcus Elliott are both asking for the offensive foul as Ronnie Aguilar extended that elbow. Create some space. There's that sequence once again. There's the block on Ryan Moss.
That's the initial block, and then Ryan Moss just getting a hand on the ball on the 2nd try. Tian-yo buries it from the outside. He is down to 7 points.
That pass or that basket coming off another entry to the post. So there are many ways by which you can score just by dumping the ball inside to the post man.
And Ryan Moss missing on the layup is Forte. Yang hesitating, goes to Forte, down the middle, foul on Ryan Moss.
That's a nice back cut there by Cameron Forte. Nice find by Yang Changhua.
Forte to the free throw line where he is 1 out of 3. And a better sequence there for the Formosa Dreamers.
Cameron Forte right now 12 out of 13 from the field, 1 out of 3 from the line, 1 out of 4 so far. Still a stellar outing for him. 25 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals.
So in all of his 3 games so far in the ABL, he scored above 20 points. So we check our here.
But again, just a still a close game by Hong Kong standards. Just a 7-point advantage. Dreamers very much within striking distance.
The Dreamers trying to make a push here. It was once a 12-point lead for Hong Kong here in the third. Now it's down to 7 points. I think they're trying to fix our shot clock here. So they force a timeout. 57-64. Hong Kong Eastern on top.
小球比赛，有请各位在身后边入场。
等一下，等一下，等一下。明日预告。
跟点数都是按我们记录来做这个计时器。大概的次数以及球员上场配号，一样是上场大台的计时器。感谢大家的配合。好，如果这边上面的球迷朋友，如果你想要方便看比数，也可以请你移动到我们对面的。2楼的加油区，上面2楼的球迷朋友，不好意思，辛苦你们一下。
Almost a 10 minutes stoppage here.
好，那我们比赛继续。
As our technical committee was trying to fix our scoreboard.
比赛继续。
So 3:39 left in the third quarter. Our score 64-47, and one free throw coming here for Cameron Forte. So that break could potentially kill the momentum of either team here, but before the stoppage, Formosa was actually gaining momentum as they were trying to trim the lead. It was, or Hong Kong was up by as many as 12 points early in the third. Formosa was able to trim it to 7 points, 64-57.
Cameron Forte on the line after that extended lull. Both teams actually might be up, cold coming back into the game. So let's see which team is able to capitalize, as they are still trying to fix that technical problem. So we will be using this shot clock or this scoreboard, electronic scoreboard, right there in front of the scorer's table, instead of the big stadium scoreboards located close to the roof or at the top of the rafters.
So a reset here for both teams as they got an extended break earlier. Cameron Forte again, one free throw coming.
This is actually freezing Cameron Forte at the foul line. Very difficult for a free throw shooter to be there for an extended period, not knowing when he will actually take the free throw attempt. Cameron Forte so far, he is 1 out of 4 from the stripe, so he's finally going to get the chance to take that free throw.
And Forte knocks it down. Hanley, 64-58.
Just a 6-point advantage here for Hong Kong.
Marcus working on Woo Sung Wei. Tyler Lam now against Kenny Chen. Lam drops it inside. Ball stolen. Chen one-on-one against Elliott, and he gets the lay-in.
Tyler Lam probably would have done a better job taking that jump shot, as it becomes a 4-point swing as Kenny Chen scores on the other end. It's actually a very challenging situation here for both squads, as none of them are able to get a rhythm because of the stoppage of play.
Another break here. Another technical problem being fixed.
Sometimes these things are unavoidable, so it's just a matter of which team is able to refocus, re-exert their efforts.
A 6-0 run here, created by the Formosa Dreamers to trim the lead down to 4 points. They have climbed back in this third quarter, scoring 14 points already.
So we're going to get another officials timeout here as they try to resolve the resetting of the shot clock to 24 seconds.
All right, technical timeout here. 64-60. Hong Kong Eastern on top by 4. Both teams back on the floor as they've already sorted things out here. So official time on the clock, 3 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. It is a 4-point lead for Hong Kong Eastern, 64-60. They will have possession here. Marcus Elliott. Tyler Lam on the curl. Lam, the floater, short. Yang with a rebound. Yang pushing the ball. Yang with a nice ball fake all the way to the basket.
Showing us the moves. There is Yang Tianyo. Nice ball fake as it forces Marcus Elliott to commit to Cameron Forte, leaving Yang wide open for the layup. Tyler Lam tries to go up hard and draws the foul against Kenny Chen.
Got a great challenge in transition by Kenny Chen as we see this ball fake and the lay-in for Yang Tianyo.
And that's like Tyler Lam losing a contact lens on that sequence. Well, that was a heads-up play there by Yang Tianyo, getting Marcus Elliott to bite on the fake.
So Marco, here in the third, we thought Hong Kong was already going to break away and blow this game wide open, leading by as many as 12 points. But the Formosa Dreamers, here they are coming back only down by 2 points, 64-62, as Tyler Lam misses the first free throw.
I'm sure Coach Editore is not happy with all the stoppages we've had here as Hong Kong has completely lost the momentum they built in the third quarter.
A 10-3 run by the Formosa Dreamers to keep it close, 65-62.
Those stoppages favoring the home team.
Aguilar, Lam trying to get the steal from behind. Ball will remain with the Formosa Dreamers, 15 seconds on their shot clock. They go to Aguilar here against Wu Shuk Pan. Aguilar puts it on the floor, backing down on Wu Shuk Pan. Nice move, and able to get it in with the left hand.
Another basket for the Dreamers inside the paint, trims the deficit to just a solitary point.
Marcus Elliott, Lee Key from the corner, too strong. Ball tapped away, Wu Shuk Pan comes up with it. Tyler Lam now with the ball. Lam, what a move there, doesn't get the layup. Stan Hardinger gets the rebound, the spin, the shot, still off for Hong Kong. Oh, but Formosa throws the ball away.
Have to stay composed here if you're the Dreamers, as Marcus Elliott answers right back. That's a big turnover, turns to be a big turnover for the Dreamers as it results in a three-pointer from Marcus Elliott.
First triple of this game for Marcus Elliott. Elliott now at 21 points. Aguilar.
That's going to be a foul on Wu Shuk Pan, holding on to Ronnie Aguilar. But what you like about that possession is the Dreamers are conscientiously trying to pound the ball inside to Ronnie Aguilar.
For only the fourth team foul here for Hong Kong Eastern, as Ronnie Aguilar heads back to the bench, replaced by Tsai Forte.
Ronnie Aguilar not happy that he was subbed out in the last 1 minute and 30 of the third quarter.
It's going to be Forte now. Down low. Woo Sung-wei fires the three. Off to the side. Lam retrieves the ball.
Actually an interesting move by Coach Su Hao Chen to replace Ronnie Aguilar.
Kenny Chen on the move. Kenny Chen with the lay-in.
Kenny Chen has given a good account of himself here. 9 points in 14 minutes of play.
Breakout game for Kenny Chen. Stan Hardinger. The spin, the shot, and the foul on Tsai.
A little too aggressive there, defending Christian Stan Hardinger.
That's the advantage you're giving Christian Stan Hardinger when you sub out Ronnie Aguilar.
Ronnie Aguilar actually just has 2 personal fouls So he's going to be sent back into the game. So it might have been an offense-defense substitution by Coach Su Hao Chin.
So Christian heads back to the line where he is 4 out of 6. Nothing but net on the first. Christian Steinhardinger, 13 points and 9 rebounds this afternoon. 1 out of 2. Aguilar with a rebound.
I'm pretty sure Hong Kong Eastern did not expect they would be in for this type of a dogfight here when they came into Changhua Stadium.
Kenny Chien, step out of bounds though.
And Coach Su Hao Chin telling Yang Tianyou to start looking for Ronnie Aguilar in the post initially on that on their offensive sequence instead of trying to go for that penetration right away.
Half minute remaining here in the third. 3-point lead by Hong Kong. Steinhardinger backing down. The spin, the shot, it's off. The Dreamers will slow it down.
10 seconds left in the third.
Last shot here for the Formosa Dreamers. Yang Tianyou puts it up. Doesn't work. He gets the ball back and a foul called on Hong Kong. Let's see who's it on.
Steinhardinger cannot believe what just happened. He's going to be called for another personal foul. That is going to be his 4th.
Big call here. They call that on the rebound against Christian Steinhardinger with 0.4 seconds left here in the third. 4th personal foul on Christian Steinhardinger.
So Yang Tianyou with a chance to trim this deficit to 1 to end the third quarter.
Calmly knocks down the first.
And you could say that the Dreamers have dictated the tempo of this game, especially in the latter half of the third quarter.
Able to close the gap to end the third. 1 out of 2 for Yang Tianyou, and the lead is down to 2 points for Hong Kong Eastern. 69-67 after 3 quarters of play. Most of the Dreamers ending the third quarter on a strong note. Again, to pull themselves to within 2 points. And we return a 4th and deciding quarter of this game as you're watching the Asean Basketball League season number 8.
3、2、1 ，fight。
Of the effort being put on by his guys. The Formosa Dreamers only down by 2 points against the #1 team in the league, the Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. And what a way, Marco, to start their homestand, their weekend games, back-to-back games for them. The first one here against Hong Kong, only down by 2 points going into the fourth.
And for the Dreamers, just one more quarter to go, just to keep the energy level up and to make one last stand here against the defending champions. They've played 3 quarters of heads-up basketball as Christian Starr and Stan Hardinger, aggressive drive, draws the foul there. He will troop back to the free throw stripe where he is 5 out of 8. So far, the guy that has been absent for the Eastern is Ryan Moss. Only 4 points, 3 rebounds.
And Marco, this is coming off his best game of the season against Chong Son Kung Fu with 15 points, 15 rebounds, and 5 blocks in that game. And Stan Hardinger goes back inside and sends himself to the free throw line again.
That's going to be another quick foul there for Ronnie Aguilar. That one off a second chance opportunity. I cannot believe the call.
So Christian Stan Hardinger, very aggressive in the first 2 plays for Hong Kong. Recognizing that he needs to get himself going here. 72-67 now. Stan Hardinger with 16 points and 10 rebounds for Hong Kong Eastern. Yang Tianyao goes to the paint, gets trapped, sends it to Aguilar. Aguilar working on Moss. Aguilar puts it up. And a foul against Hong Kong. It's against Ryan Moss. Only the 2nd foul of Moss.
That's a good play there by the Dreamers. Just going to their strength inside the paint. Ronnie Aguilar really has the big advantage against Ryan Moss. Another foul on Ryan Moss. That's going to be his 2nd personal.
So far, perfect from the line is Ronnie Aguilar. 3 out of 3. Make that 4 out of 4 from the 7-2 center of the Formosa Dreamers.
And if they can just continue making these good plays, either hypers with shots or forcing the defense to foul them and send them to the line, the Dreamers are going to be in a close one at the end game.
Lam puts it on the floor, gets it inside. Stan Hardinger denied by Forte. He loses the ball. Forte on the move. Gets it to Chen. Unable to handle the pass. They go to Aguilar. One-on-one against Ryan Moss. Aguilar on the turnaround. Short. Moss with the board. Here's Marcus. Lam goes baseline. Tyler Lam off the glass and in.
And Tyler Lam and Marcus is now going to work here. This is a winning time for these World Import, for the World Import and the Heritage Import of Hong Kong.
Back to a 5-point lead for the blue shirts. Woo Sung Wei from the corner, knocks it down.
Big mistake there for Tyler Lam, trying to help out on what would have been a penetration from Cameron Forte. Woo Sung Wei just needing that bit of daylight.
3rd triple here for Woo Sung Wei. Elliott will try to counter. He does.
We saw Marcus Elliott come out early at the halftime break, practicing those 3-pointers. It's that one.
Marcus Elliott, 24 points today. Oh, Forte with a quick counter there.
And that left-handed hook shot has been butter for Cameron Forte.
Forte, 28 points to lead away for the Dreamers. 77-74. Still a tight one in Changhua County Stadium. Elliott goes inside. 5 straight points here for Marcus Elliott.
Lost his footing for a bit there, but able to recover and go up strong.
And that's the power and the will of Marcus Elliott. Yang working on a taller Adam Su.
Christian Sandhardinger now denying the pass to Cameron Forte.
Oh, what a crossover there. Woo Sung-wei fires the three. Fouled while taking the three there by Marcus Elliott.
Good call there by the referee. Marcus Elliott a little too aggressive on the challenge. That's 3 free throws for Woo Sung-wei.
Good call there. Let's take a look at that again. Definitely a foul on Marcus Elliott.
That's going to be his 3rd personal foul.
First trip to the free throw line today for Woo Sung-wei. Drops in the first, reaches double figures with that free throw.
Yep, very reliable free throw shooter. Shoots it at 78%.
He knocks down the second. Instant offense off the bench for the Formosa Dreamers.
Also the leading local scorer. Woo Sung-wei as his proud mother watching on the from the stands. Just a 2-point deficit for the Dreamers.
Marcus Elliott now. Crucial moments off the game. 6:55 remaining. DK kicks it out. Elliott from straight away. Too strong. Oh, it almost went in. But Formosa gets the ball.
Lost this time. That offensive rebound.
Aguilar almost losing the ball as well. Aguilar on the spin. Gets the short hook.
You see every time they've got the balls to Ronnie Aguilar. It has paid dividends for them.
Tied at 79. Elliott goes to the corner. Adam Su, a big three-pointer for Hong Kong.
What a big shot there from Adam Su. First attempt of the game.
And extinguished the fire created by the Dreamers. Oh, what a move. Forte attacking on the spin and getting the foul against Hong Kong.
The recognition by Cameron Forte with Christian Sandhardinger on the bench. Immediately attacking the smaller Adam Su.
You see how crafty Cameron Forte is.
Cameron Forte will not really blow by you on the penetration, but uses the body well to protect that basketball. And since he's a left-handed shooter, shoots it a little bit unorthodoxly.
That's been the problem for Cameron Forte today. Shooting only 3 out of 6 now from the free throw line. 82-80. Elliott against Kenny Chen. Elliott gets inside, doesn't make the shot. Rebound goes outside, and it will remain with Hong Kong.
No call there by the referees on that penetration by Marcus Elliott, but Hong Kong retains possession.
Oh, they reverse the call here, Marco. They're saying it's Formosa basketball.
Correcting each other right there.
A lot of contact inside on the shot by Marcus Elliott.
Tyler Lamb matched up against Cameron Forte.
Forte just spiraling his way in, doesn't make the shot. Aguilar almost getting the tip.
That's a good rebound by Ryan Moss.
Here's Marcus. Fouled on the bump by Luo Jingshin. TV timeout here. 5:23 remaining here in the fourth. Hong Kong Eastern on top by 2 points. 82-80. Basketball will return after this.
4、3、2、1。 4。
谢谢报道评审，我想将啦啦队感谢他们。目前第4届参加5个23名比赛结束，目前我想将80分，持续用力的帮我们球队加油，非常希望他们比赛顺利。再来帮我们
82 to 80. Go back inside Changhua County Stadium, 5:23 remaining. Just to give you an idea on how close this game has been. We ended the first at 22 all. Both teams scoring 24 points in the second quarter. Hong Kong edging out Formosa 23-21 in the third. And here in the fourth, both teams scoring 13 points with 5:13 remaining.
What I like about this effort by the Dreamers is that most of their points, 52 of their 80 points, have been inside the paint. They dominated that category 52 to 30 against the Hong Kong Eastern basketball squad. That has been one of the keys and the reason why they're just down by 2 points. So let's see if they can continue pounding the ball inside the paint. Instead of a jump shot as Cameron unfortunately speaking of, yes, Marcus just that ties the ball game up at 82 apiece.
And that's another 2 points in the painted area for the Formosa Dreamers.
They're #1 team in the league, the Hong Kong Eastern, in a dogfight.
Extra pass, Adam Su, corner three. 2 big 3-pointers for Adam Su here in the fourth.
And I thought Tyler Lamb had an open shot at the top of the key, opting to make the extra pass, and Adam Su making his teammate look good.
2 fire extinguishers from Adam Su. Woo Sung-wei, Yang Tian-yo against Lee Ki. He attacks. He takes the shot. Somehow gets it in.
Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. Ronnie Gillard did not get the touch on that, but
Lee Ki now gets the foul on Yang Tian-yo.
that is only going to be the 4th foul of the Dreamers. So one more will send Hong Kong to the line. There's a difficult bank shot.
Able to get it in. 5'7", 24-year-old Yang Tian-yo. 8 points in the contest. Make that 10 rather. Lee Ki missing on the 3. Cameron Forte with the rebound. And for Formosa Dreamers, a chance to get the lead back. Yeah. Goes to the post. Forte on the spin. Denied by Ryan Moss. Ball will remain with the Formosa Dreamers.
We have 7 seconds left on the shot clock.
Ronnie Aguilar bumps Ryan Moss. They go to the corner. Yang Tian-yo attacks. Goes for the reverse. Bothered by Moss. Marcus on the spin. Fouled by Woo Sung-wei.
That's actually a good foul there on the part of Woo Sung-wei, as that would have been easy 2 points for Marcus Elliott. And Ronnie Aguilar telling his point guard to give him the ball in the paint. No Stan Hardinger on the floor, it's just Ryan Moss. Together with Adam Su and Tyler Lamb playing inside.
But that puts Formosa Dreamers in penalty situation. So 2 shots coming now for Marcus Elliott, who's been perfect from the free throw line this afternoon. 8 out of 8.
And Martin, you reminded me that This was the same scenario when Formosa played Chongson.
They played a close game.
A few weeks back, they were down by just 4 points with about 3 minutes to go. Similar situation right now. Hong Kong is up by 4 points after this. If Marcus Elliott makes this free throw, check that, up by 3 points. Our Eastern.
So the pressure is on Formosa now to close out. Young Tianyao attacks again, drops it off. Aguilar, easy hoop inside.
Drawing the defense. The bounce pass to his defense.
Under 3 minutes remaining here. Poised for a great finish here inside Changhua County Stadium. Lee Ki off to the side. Here's Wu, another chance for Formosa to take the lead. Forte flips it up. Aguilar on the second effort, nothing there. Marcus on the move. 2-on-1, Elliott. Great effort on defense by Kenny Chen.
It was actually a deflection there by Kenny Chen. So great effort. As you mentioned, Stan Hardinger will check in. There's that block by Kenny Chen as he got beat.
And we have a timeout here called by Coach Edu Torres. 2.5 minutes remaining here. Hong Kong on top by a solitary point. Asean Basketball League will be right back. Two minutes, 29 seconds remaining. And Hong Kong Eastern basketball team at 11-2 in the standings. #1 team in the league, only up by 1 point against the Formosa Dreamers, who are 1-14 so far in the season.
This is going to be a big possession here for Hong Kong Eastern.
They go to Tyler Lam on top, using that moss screen. Lam on the step back. Big jumper by Tyler Lam.
And with that, Tyler Lam goes up to 28 points. He and Marcus Elliott both have 28.
That stretches the lead back to 3 points.
Smooth step back there. Ronnie Aguilar, another basket inside the paint this time. Kenny Chen with the dish.
You gotta credit Kenny Chen for the great setup job there, penetrating the defense. Great bounce pass inside. And Aguilar, not disappointing, getting the finish underneath.
They cleared the side for Kenny Chen. Tried to beat Elliott off the dribble, but found Ronnie Aguilar. So Hong Kong up by 1, last 2 minutes.
And that's the first miss of Ronnie Aguilar at the free throw line. Marcus now. Back to Christian Stan Hardinger. He goes in. Off the spin, Stan Hardinger. Short on the mid-range jumper there. Chen Yuhan now.
Good stop there from Cameron Forte.
1:37 remaining. Kenny Chen tried to go to the corner, but the pass was deflected by Lee Ki. Timeout on the floor called by Coach Suao Cheng. They're down by 1 point, 88-89. They will have possession after this. 1.5 minutes remaining here in the fourth.
Here. Here. And the screen. Yeah. For you. So. The 5 men. Yeah. It's, see. The power. 5号接到球。5 man, you got a ball. Here we go. Back screen. We need to stop. We need to stop. Back screen. Steal. Yeah. Okay.
Go.
Crucial stages of this ball game. As we go back to our coverage here, 9 seconds on the shot clock of the Formosa Dreamers. A big possession here with 1 minute and 31 seconds left in the contest.
And I like to see the Dreamers put the ball in the hands of Ronnie Aguilar or Cameron Forte in the paint.
They get it to Aguilar, but outside. Pass almost stolen, and yes, Elliott completes the steal.
Bad inbounds there.
So Tyler Lam will slow it down and set the table for Hong Kong. Lam drops it inside. Stan Hardinger denied by Cameron Forte.
12 seconds left on the shot clock here for Hong Kong Eastern. Still a lot of time, 1 minute and 13. Yep. Maybe about 2 or 3 possessions left in this game.
Off the inbound, play broken up by Forte.
Hardinger and Elliott tried to steal one on that inbound. And this is where you separate the men from the boys. Clutch time.
Elliott to get it in. Oh, wide open is Lee Key. Fakes the 3, gets inside, kicks it out. Elliott with the 3. Elliott knocks it down.
Defense of the Dreamers scramble there. And Lee Key with the penetration and the kick out. And Marcus Elliott with a big 3-point shot.
A clutch 3 for Marcus Elliott to extend the lead to 4 points.
Another steal there. So Hong Kong making the big stops when it mattered the most.
Oh, Tyler Lam escapes.
How was that a foul?
Close by Woo Sung Wei.
Woo Sung Wei looks like he got caught after that Tyler Lam penetration in the gut. That's going to be 2 free throws for Tyler Lam. Here's that penetration.
I think he got elbowed there.
With a chance to make this a 6-point advantage.
In and out on the first. So it remains a 2-possession game here. 92-88.
And if you're the Dreamers, you do not have to take a quick 3-point shot. As long as you get a quick basket in.
So 41.3 seconds remaining. Hong Kong Eastern on top by 5. Asean Basketball League. We'll be right back. They're back inside Changhua County Stadium. Last 41.3 seconds here. 2-possession game. A 5-point lead for Hong Kong Eastern. Marco, you mentioned earlier, Formosa Dreamers, they do not need to go for a 3-point shot. They just need a quick 2 for them to work on the possession here.
Important thing with 41 seconds remaining is you get a basket on this possession. If you attempt a 3 and you miss it, unless it's a wide open 3, because if you miss that 3-point shot, game is pretty much over. You need a quick conversion here. Too long.
Woo Sung-wei, up the girl, clutch 3-pointer for Woo Sung-wei.
Of course, that is the ideal scenario. 3-point shot by Woo Sung-wei. 32 seconds remaining, so the ball will still go back to you. Assuming Hong Kong uses up their entire shot clock, you'll still have 8 seconds. If you get a stop, to take a win.
But what a play off the timeout there to set up that shot for Woo Sung-wei. And Woo Sung-wei nailing a clutch 3-pointer here to pull them to within 2 points.
I have to give a lot of credit to Coach Tsu-Hao Chen for that awesome play call. And hats off to Woo Sung-wei. They ran a couple of misdirections with Chen Yuhan and Woo Sung-wei crossing from side to side. Woo Sung-wei ending up with that step back 3-point shot. And he has, as much as he has done the entire season, he has delivered for the Formosa Dreamers.
15 points for Woo Sung-wei, duplicating his effort.
Now the important thing is you get a stop here. You can expect Hong Kong to try to milk the clock. Probably set up a pick and roll play for Marcus Elliott to drive to the basket. They have Tyler Lam setting up on the outside for the kick out. And possibly Ryan Moss under the basket for the drop pass.
Formosa Dreamers already in the penalty with 5 team fouls.
Yeah, so if you're the Dreamers, you cannot commit a careless foul.
Here we go. Half minute remaining. 93-91. It's Marcus Elliott versus Kenny Chen on top. Crowd chanting defense in Changhua County Stadium. Will Formosa get a stop? Elliott gets inside. Oh, that bounces out for Elliott. Forte with a rebound. He gets it to Chen. Chen Yuhan, play broken up, 0.5 seconds remaining here.
Oh, and Lee Ki probably with the deflection of the game. 3 seconds remaining. That was excellent double team there by Christian Stan Hardinger and Marcus Elliott to delay the play.
So 0.5 seconds here. Chen takes the shot. Off the mark.
And Hong Kong will escape.
Narrowly escaping the Formosa Dreamers here. 93-91, a 2-point win for the league-leading Hong Kong Eastern basketball team.
And again, the Formosa Dreamers, definitely nothing to be ashamed of. Almost had the win there. Actually, if that buzzer beater by Kenny Chen
would have counted.
Would have gone in, probably would have counted. But way to put yourself in that situation.
Great effort by the Formosa Dreamers. Not enough to get the win over Hong Kong Eastern basketball team. But this is an encouraging start to their homestand this weekend as they play another game tomorrow against the Westport's Malaysia Dragons. So with this victory, Hong Kong goes up to 12-2 in the season. Still at number 1, Formosa goes down to 1-15, extending their losing streak to 13 games. That guy, Cameron Forte, pretty much did everything for the Formosa Dreamers. 31 points, 11 or 12 rebounds, 14 out of 18 from the field. But on the other side, it was Marcus Elliott, the reigning World Import MVP, with 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 7 assists. And did a lot of damage also at the free throw line. Was very aggressive in this game. 10 out of 10 from the free throw line. And right next to him is Tyler Lamb, scoring 29 points. Also an impressive clip, 11 out of 21 from the field with 8 rebounds for Mr. Lamb.
And, you know, just excellent learning experience here for the Formosa Dreamers. Just fighting head to toe, neck and neck with the defending champions, and it boiled down to that last couple of possessions. They got the stop they wanted, just not able to cross the ball through the to their front.
好，今天为你访问的是杨天佑。那天佑很可惜这场比赛回到了自己主场。那面对一个香港东方，这是你们第3次交手。那今天很可惜最后一集没进。那请问你们今天这场比赛的一个赛后的感想是什么？
就是觉得很可惜啊，因为胜利就在前面，可是最后时候有一些不必要的失误，然后命中率也没有很高，然后就是造成后面打得比较辛苦。
对，其实到这场比赛，其实前2场都是20分比分的一个落败。那其实你遇到一个对方，其实算联盟最好的后卫 Aeon 呢，你在这场比赛遇到他之后，还有一场比赛得遇到他，你自己对他的一个对决的感想？
就是他就是很难守，很刁钻，然后外线的命中率只要给他一点空档，或是有一些高难度的球，他都投得进。
谢谢天佑。好，休息一下，我们回到中场的转评。
来进攻7、6、5。
Marco, if you're the Formosa Dreamers here, you got a couple of revelations for your team. One was Luo Jinshin. Well, a lot of brilliant moments in this game. And the other guy was Kenny Chen, who did a great job offensively, scoring 9 points, 4 out of 7 from the field. And also doing a great job defensively when it mattered the most against Marcus Elliott, and at times against Tyler Lamb.
And I think for the Dreamers, the big learning here is that if you stick to your game plan, which is to be aggressive in the post, going into the post.
Yep.
If you minimize your turnovers, play the high percentages. They went to Cameron Forte, they went to Ronnie Aguilar. If you stick to that game plan, then you will have that chance to pull away a win, or to pull out a win come end game. And if they're able to get more and more of these close matches, especially as they close out the season, this is going to be a valuable learning experience for them going into next year.
And the Formosa Dreamers coming in only averaging 17.6 points per game to tally 91 points against one of the best in the league, probably the best in the league in Hong Kong Eastern, has got to be a big confidence booster for this particular squad. A very young Formosa Dreamers team, and they're hoping they could carry this kind of performance tomorrow, same time here in Changhua County Stadium, against the Westport's Malaysia Dragons, who are also struggling. 4 straight losses for the Westports coming in, or for Westports. So they are hoping, or both teams hoping, to break their losing streaks tomorrow. But for Hong Kong Eastern, 3rd straight victory, upping their win total to 12. Now 12-2 in the season.
7、6、5。
And Marco, interestingly, getting a close game against the Formosa Dreamers after a big win against Chongsun Kung Fu.
That is correct. And for Hong Kong Eastern, you can be sure Coach Edu Torres will not be happy with this type of effort. He expects a lot more from his boys. While for the Formosa Dreamers, the worst thing you can do here is you follow this type of effort with one wherein they throw away the game and do not play with as much intensity against the Westport's Malaysia Dragons. So let's see tomorrow.
So again, Hong Kong Eastern basketball team picking up the victory here on the road. As we see our final stats here, 91-93. Obviously, it was a very close game. Close rebounding game as well, 39-36. But the paint, or points in the paint, it belonged to the Formosa Dreamers, outscoring Hong Kong 58-30 in this particular game. commanding that inside presence with Ronnie Aguilar and Cameron Forte. And again, not enough against the defending champions as they lose 93-91. We'll be back tomorrow for more action here in the Asean Basketball League inside Changhua County Stadium. Formosa Dreamers against the Westport's Malaysia Dragons. Again, that is tomorrow, same time here in Taiwan.
Hi.
In behalf of our broadcast team here, my partner Marco Benitez, this is Martin Navier saying thank you and good day. Again, from Changhua County Stadium in Taiwan, this is your Asean Basketball League.
$1分。30秒。20。9、8、7、6、5、4、3、2、1。还有。1，进两位，3、2、1。谢谢。